What up?
What?
The bottom line, Monday Night Football halftime show, and wrap up the NFL. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Please like, share, subscribe, whatever you need to do. Please help us out. Welcome to the show. Hey, what about the Cowboys? You like the hat for the holidays? How about them Cowboys out there? Yeah. Yeah.
Play good ball, bro. They play good.
Let's go. Let's play
They look
good,
good.
man. Yeah, welcome to the show. This is the bottom line. Halftime NFL, Monday Night Football halftime show and the NFL wrap up. We're going to wrap up some games from during the halftime, wrap up some of these games that happened this weekend, talk a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and join the conversation, man. Get in the chat. I'll turn the chat on so anybody wants to jump in, talk some chat, and we'll answer your questions or put some of your comments there.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right.
Talk about tonight, bro.
Let's put some.
We got a lot.
Christmas music. I got the Christmas hat on. What game you want to hit first? I'll let you. I'll give you co-host choice, first choice. What game you want to hit right now?
Dallas. Let's do Dallas.
You want to do Dallas right off the top? All right, right off the top, we'll do some Dallas.
Off the cuff, man.
Okay, hang on. Let me refresh this. Been gone for the holidays. We both been. I mean, I know you've been kind of snowed in. So I'm gonna bring
it. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so you've been snow. You get a lot of snow over there. How much snow you get? Over there in
man, maybe like
Fort Drum. Huh?
Probably like 5-6 feet. 5-6 feet.
Really?
Probably like 5-6 feet. Man.
Wow.
Up to my garage door. I open my garage door. I can walk out right. So, I mean, we've been locked down since Friday.
Really? 5-6 feet of snow. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of snow.
Bro.
Yeah. Just
so hopefully I get out tomorrow,
Dallas.
man.
We'll just see. Yeah. That's good. Hopefully y'all get
out. Your Christmas good?
Y'all didn't lose any power or anything?
Nah, man. Power.
What were you saying?
So the heat's good. Good power's good.
Yeah.
Good water. Good, bro.
That's good. That's good. Good deal. All right, man. So here we go. Nothing in the chat right now. So, but yeah. Let's talk Cowboys game. Doing a little Christmas themed. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Looking forward to New Year's. A great weekend of holiday football. And you wanted to start out with the Cowboys, so let's do this. So the Cowboys play the Eagles, and let's see what happened here. The great game. I mean, I didn't like it because it was too much drama for me, but it was actually a great football game as far as, back and forth, ups and downs. Dak Prescott throwing a pick six at the beginning of the game. It looked like that was it. Like the Cowboys were going to go downhill from there. But he was resilient. I give him that. He was resilient, and he threw it a lot more than I wanted him to. But we pulled it out. The defense came in finally in the fourth quarter. They were giving up a lot of yards. Give me your first thoughts. Well, what's your thoughts on this our Cowboys and Eagles game? No Jalen Hurts though.
Hey man, let me be honest, man. The Cowboys struggle a lot. They struggle with a second string. They struggle a lot.
He was a starter. He's been a starter.
But I mean.
So well, let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. So does this mean that Gardner Minshew is that good, or does this mean that Jalen's not as good as we thought, and it's just the team around him?
I think Jalen.
Is it more the team than Jalen?
Team, man.
Huh? It's the team.
His receivers. And I mean, if
so
you
look
at Minshew's numbers,
are they kind of? Yeah, he had another number. He had a lot of numbers. He had 400 and something yards, I think, or 355, something like that.
He went 5-2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, could we say that is this kind of like the 49ers offense? You can just plug and play with the quarterback a little bit.
If Philly gets a healthy Jalen Hurts, they're gonna go the distance.
Oh,
Now
so you're saying they're going to go all the way with a healthy Jalen Hurts?
Now, here's the thing: the Cowboys were Thursday night. The Cowboys must. They got to beat Tennessee Thursday night.
They got to beat Tennessee. Well, I mean, if they want any kind of shot at the division, they have to win out and hope
lose out.
Yeah, hope the Eagles lose out. I mean,
Right.
we don't know. I don't know how soon Jalen Hurts comes back, but I mean, you would think if he's injured, I don't know if he'll come back this week.
He won't.
So
he won't be back this week.
maybe the final week maybe comes down to, hey, that's for the division. If the Cowboys, I think that when Jalen comes back, all depends on if the Cowboys win. If the Cowboys win their last 2 games, I say Jalen probably plays that last game, even if he's not ready. You know what I mean?
The last game for both. The last game for all of y'all. The Cowboys, Giants, Cowboys play the Commanders in a division game. Everybody got a division game.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if the Cowboys lose one of these next 2 games, I say Jalen sits out the rest of the season. They get him ready for the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Definitely.
Now I think if we win both our games, I think they play Jalen that last game. I don't know if we play before them. I haven't looked that far into it, but I don't think they play Jalen.
So if you look at
until either the last game of the season or in the playoffs. You know.
If I were the Eagles, I would hold Jalen team. And y'all both
hold him out.
Play division games. Yeah, hold him out definitely.
Right. Well, let me see. Let me look at the schedule here. So,
but then you got to worry about Minnesota trying to get home field advantage.
Well, I guess you could say that. I mean, I see Minnesota losing the game somewhere in there. But let's look at the last week of the season. What is the last?
Minnesota definitely gonna win the last week.
So we play the Commanders, and we play at, it doesn't say what time.
And Washington won. So
the Eagles play the Giants. Yeah, I guess they'll have to make that decision before then, unless it comes out that we're playing at noon. But yeah, I think if we win next week and they lose without Jalen, they're gonna put in Jalen to try and shore up the home field advantage. Don't you think?
That's what I'm saying. I would much rather hold this week, and then it depends on Cowboys will win.
Yeah, if the Cowboys win next week, I say.
Yeah.
If we lose to the Titans, I think they're going to hold out Jalen for another week. You know what I mean?
And the Cowboys 10-point favorite in Tennessee, right there, 10-point favorite 10.
Right. Tennessee they lost Tannehill, so they're playing with their rookie. So you gotta think that the Cowboys have an advantage there in that game, just because of that. So yeah, that was a great game. A little suspenseful for me. I was actually picking up my son from Austin. I was driving and listening to the game. It was a very stressful drive. Because I was like, man, when he threw that first pick, I was like, no. When he threw that, I was like, here we go again. And to Dak's credit, he came back and he played better after that. He threw for 347 yards. He threw it 35 times, which is rare that we win, and he throws it 35 times. But we ran it just enough. Prescott actually did what I wanted him to do on most games. He ran it 6 times for 41 yards. I think that was part of the saving grace is that he actually ran the ball a little more. To me, that's part of what was good about the game. But as far as Prescott's game, that he ran 6 times. Go ahead.
Dallas T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, that was a great.
That
catch saved the game. That was a game-changing game. It was maybe not game-saving, but that changed the game.
The dynamic
he caught that ball.
Okay.
Yeah, that changed it. You got the first down. You're down in plus territory. You're down close to the red zone.
Right.
And that was a key play in the game. And then the defense finally, in the fourth quarter, they stepped up. They got an interception and a fumble. And I think that changed the game for us. We had to come up with some key stops. and we came up with 2 turnovers, and that was key to winning that game as well. The defense has been looked pretty porous, but to be fair, we lost our starting corner, we lost our starting safety, Van Der Esch are out, so we were shorthanded as far as our starters. We don't have a deep play, a lot of depth at the defensive spot, especially in the secondary. We don't have a lot of depth, and we lost, like 3 key players. So I feel like, that's a part of the reason why we haven't been playing well. But we've got to be able to shore up the defense some, and not allow teams to get this much, and get a little more. They got some pressure on him, but they weren't able to sack him. I was hoping for about 3 or 4 sacks, or at least a couple of sacks, and they couldn't get to Minshew. He got rid of the ball pretty quickly, but yeah, it was a good game. Any final thoughts on that one?
So I'll be honest right now, as the playoff seats sit, and Dallas will probably end up going on the road. I'm pretty sure they'll play at Tampa, but I think Dallas is going to have to bring their Alice has to utilize the run game more, man. As the run game.
Oh, they do. They definitely do.
Pass game.
Well, like I said, running game. I think Dak is part of that running game. I don't think he can do it like Lamar Jackson or even Jalen Hurts, but that has to be part of his game. I think I've always said that his running the football has to be part of what he does as a quarterback, and he ran it 6 times for 41 yards, even though he threw it more than I'd like him to do it. I don't mind him throwing it 30 times if he runs it 6 or 7 times. I'm okay with him throwing a little more, but as long as he runs it 6, 7 times, I'm kind of okay with that. But because I think that opens up the pass when he runs it and scrambles, it holds those those middle defenders, those linebackers, and holds the pass rush a little bit, when Dak becomes a threat to run. And I think we need that as part of our offensive firepower, for lack of a better word. But we do need him to run more or more consistently. But anyway, it was a great game. I mean, we pulled it out. It was the backup. It wasn't Jalen Hurts, but I don't feel like Jalen Hurts could have done much more than Gardner Minshew, other than maybe not throwing the picks. Maybe he might not have thrown those picks. Maybe he only throws 1 pick. But those fumbles, at least the maybe that fumble as well, because that was Gardner Minshew's fault. That one fumble, that was Gardner Minshew's fault. But then the second fumble, we got that fumble. But yeah, it was a great game. Let's continue to look at the playoffs here, like you were saying. Let's look at some of these games. Another game you want to talk about on here, or you want me to just go through some of these?
Whatever ones you want to hit real quick.
Okay, so let's look at the Packers. Let's look at the Packers and the Dolphins, because this is a key game. Packers beat the Dolphins in Miami 26-20. Packers are now 7-8. They're in the hunt for sure now. They need a couple things to happen for them to win, to get in the playoffs. The Dolphins seem to be, just tailing off at the end of the season. I think this is 4 straight losses for them, and so what are you thinking here with the Dolphins? Are the Dolphins, first of all? Do you think the Packers are going to make the playoffs now? Is this pretty much a done deal? If the 2 other things, because I think the 2 things that need to happen, I think the Giants need to lose their last 2 games, or the Eagles need to lose against the Cowboys, or need to lose 1 game coming up. So it's possible that they can get in, but the Packers also need to win out. So do you think the Packers have a good chance of making the playoffs if, let's say, the Commanders lose? Do you think they can win out? Because the Packers don't have an easy schedule for in the last 2 games. They're playing. All right. Bro, Minnesota Sunday. Minnesota and Detroit, and Detroit is in there trying to make the playoffs as well. And they're playing well at the end of the season. So here's the question: is it more likely that the Packers make the playoffs, or that the Dolphins make the playoffs? Which is more likely?
As right now, I foresee the Dolphins making the playoffs.
Okay, so you say the Dolphins still have a chance
right now.
Right.
Right now, if the season ended today, the Miami Dolphins will be the 7th seeded team right now.
Right, if they end today.
Now,
right, the 7th seed. But if you think about it, they're on the cusp of letting New England and the Jets in. right?
They got to beat. They got to win out too.
Right. Yeah. And who do they play at the end of the season? Who do the Dolphins play?
The Jets and the Patriots.
So there you go. So you think it's more likely Miami beats the Jets and the Patriots than Green Bay winning out?
Yeah, I don't foresee Green Bay winning out, man.
Okay, so so you see the Dolphins make it. Okay, I mean that's okay. I mean that's good.
They got a hard road, man.
Green Bay's got a hard road, but I'm just saying. But if you look at Green Bay, they've been playing well lately. They've won the last few games, and the Dolphins are on a 4-game skid. And so it seems like the Dolphins are struggling, and the Packers are kind of, elevating their game. I'm not saying the Packers will make it. They need some help, whereas the Dolphins, they just need to win out, right? They just need to win their last 2 games, and I think they're in, right? Yeah. So the Dolphins, but can they come out of this 4-game skid and win these last 2 games? You know what I'm saying?
I doubt it.
I mean, so that's a rough one. I mean, can Tua come out of this slump? He hasn't looked good for a few games already. Tua's not looked good.
I'll say the Dolphins gonna lose at the and they'll probably beat the Jets at home on week 17.
So you say they're gonna lose their if they lose their next game, they might be out, right? I think they might be out.
Right, because at this point,
I mean, it's really tight at the bottom of the AFC. If they lose to New England or the Jets, that means they're tied with the New England. Who's got the tiebreaker on that one? Do you know?
So the Chargers in. Miami got the tiebreaker.
Okay. So Miami has a tiebreaker against New England? Because they'll be battling with New England. If they lose, did they win the first game with New England? Do you know?
I'll let you know right now. Hold on.
Check that for me. Did they win that game against New England?
They won the first one.
Oh, they won the first one. Okay. So if they beat New England, they're in, I think. Did they beat the Jets the first game? Did they beat the Jets?
No, the Jets blew them out points. 17-40.
Okay. So if they lose to the Jets, I think the Jets get in as long as the Jets win next week. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think
when you look
Miami's
at the Jets,
on a bad skid. I mean, I feel like they're going to miss the playoffs. I feel they're going to lose to either the Jets or the Patriots.
Or the Patriots. But I think the Jets may be the team to Seahawks Sunday.
Right.
They don't kill the Seahawks.
Okay. Well, let us know what you think out there. Hey, y'all give us let us know what y'all think. The Packers is more likely or the Dolphins more likely to make the playoffs. So that's going to be a close race. I mean, they both needed that game, and the Packers pulled it out. So let's move on to another game. You even want to talk about the Falcons? Or?
Nah, man. I keep going on for like
you don't want to
talk about them.
You don't want to talk about? Okay. So the Ravens, let's just say the Ravens, by beating the Falcons, they've clinched a playoff spot. So let's look at another game. Let's see here. Let's look at the Giants and the Vikings. The Giants lose a game. They played the Vikings close, but it seems like every Vikings game is a close game. It seems like it. The Vikings are now 12-3, so they could get the number 1 seed if Philly loses at least one more game. But if they lose 2, the Vikings could get the number 1 seed. Which, I mean, most people don't believe in the Vikings. The Giants played them pretty good. They played them close, but they in the end they didn't win. I think the Giants are a little bit of pretenders. I think they still need a quarterback, to really be a legitimate team. Who is it? Dayball is the coach there. He's done a really good job managing Daniel Jones, keeping his turnovers down and things like that. So I think they've done a great job managing Daniel Jones, but he's obviously not the future there. I don't think. Even if they make the playoffs, they'll be out pretty quick. They're 8-6-1. It's them or the what is it? The Redskins. They're both in right now, right? Yeah, so right now they're both in.
All three, everybody in the
NFC
East is in.
Is in, right? But I feel
like
the
season ended today.
Right.
That's how it looks. Yeah.
Right. Seattle's right there, but they seem to be kind of fluttering at the end. It seems like if anybody slips in ahead of the I mean, the Commanders or the Giants. I feel like it's either going to be Detroit or Green Bay. Right?
Detroit probably. Yeah.
Yeah, Detroit has been their offense. I think they're like number one, top 3 offensive production in the last 6-8 weeks. I mean, they've been playing really well on offense, and the defense has looked better. So I feel like Detroit. I feel like Seattle's just in a slump. I don't know if they can pull it out. Who's their last 2 games? What's Seattle's last 2 games? Do you think they can pull those out and maybe make a push for the playoffs? Assuming maybe Washington.
Sunday, they got the Jets Sunday, and then they got the Rams. I can see them beating the Rams, but the Rams.
The what? The Rams what?
The Rams look good yesterday.
Right.
They look really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Baker played pretty good. But, I mean, what are they playing for? Maybe they're just playing to ruin their season? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rams aren't playing for a playoff spot. So, they've already been eliminated from any playoffs. New Orleans is hanging on by a thread. So is Carolina. You don't think New Orleans can come in there and beat the Bucs? Maybe take it away from the Bucs? Because the Bucs don't look good either, to be honest. They're going to win their division, maybe, and have a losing record. Same thing with the Saints.
You think the Saints can beat the Eagles on Sunday at Lincoln Financial? I doubt it, man.
I think they got a chance. They've looked pretty good lately. They beat the Browns, who have a good defense, with Andy Dalton. I mean, he didn't play well. Kamara did pretty good. He had 76 yards. Watson has, been struggling. He hasn't played that well. Whoa, what happened there?
I think your camera went out, bro.
My camera turned off? What happened to my camera?
Yeah.
You can still hear me?
The camera hooked up to Elgato virtual
camera. What does it
say? The camera hooked up to Elgato virtual camera.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'll try and fix it. But you can hear me, though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you can still keep talking. So we'll keep talking for now, but
yeah.
And I'll try and fix it. But as long as you can hear me, we're good. So
yeah.
Here's the deal. Let's look at another game this weekend. What's another good game that happened this weekend? Now, let's look at. Okay, we're talking about the Buccaneers. So you think the Buccaneers can win? Who are they playing their last 2 games? Do you know?
They got the Falcons. Then they got the Falcons. Got the Falcons and 2 division games.
Oh, okay. So you think they'll end up making it? They're the ones that'll end up making it.
Either them or Carolina got a slim chance.
Okay. Carolina
played this week and they look really good. Man, Carolina look good against the Lions. They beat the Lions up pretty bad. Good.
Okay. So you say the Bucs are going to shore it up and probably be the winners there in the what is the NFC is the South.
Dallas got to get on the road and go down there.
But who's going to be? You think Tampa Bay ends up winning and winning the? Is it the AFC South? Where are they in? Huh?
NFC South.
NFC South. Okay, yeah. So you think Tampa Bay shores it up and wins the NFC South? You don't think? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. You think New Orleans doesn't really have a shot, or Carolina?
The only, like I said, Dallas is going to play. Who think Dallas got a good chance, but Dallas got to come out striking first, man.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about this game right now. This game has playoff implications, not for the Colts, but for the Chargers. They're in the playoff hunt. They haven't necessarily shorted up. I don't think they've guaranteed themselves a spot, right, in the playoffs yet.
Nope. Right now, the Chargers.
Yeah, right.
Right now, the Chargers are.
I think if they win this game, they clinch a playoff spot, right?
But they're already in right now. They're number six. They're
No,
number
they're. I mean, they're in now,
right
but they haven't. If they lose this game, they may not. I don't think they've guaranteed the spot yet. If they win out, if they win,
right now, they went out,
and they're playing a close game with the Colts right now. I mean, they're up 13 to 3. I don't know if the Colts, don't score, here soon, or if they let the Chargers score again. I think that this game might be over. They don't have enough offense to pull out this game. So, I mean, the game's already started. It was the halftime show. We were just trying to talk about all these games. So, let's say this: do you think who is most likely to make a run right now? The way you see these teams playing, we talk about most of these games. So, in the AFC, we know that Buffalo's the favorite. Kansas City's right there. The Bengals are right there. So, who outside of those top 3 in the AFC do you see making a run in the AFC? Right now, it would be either Miami, Chargers, Baltimore, or Jacksonville at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Who do you see making a run there?
Man, Baltimore may get hot.
Baltimore? Okay, well, Lamar Jackson?
Got the three powerhouses, man. I think, like I told you earlier, I think if Buffalo, but
you think what?
I'm scared. I'm saying if Buffalo gets home field advantage, I'm afraid of them.
Right.
I'm scared of the Bengals. Jake Burrow.
Okay. You think that's what I said. Other than the top 3. Oh, okay. Here we go. That's why.
The only team, all I see, Flo, at this point, the Ravens.
The Ravens?
Mm-hmm. Baltimore.
So you see Baltimore makes a run to maybe meet up with either Buffalo, KC, or the Bengals in the AFC Championship. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it would be. So you're saying. So it would be Jackson. So in that case, let's say the Bengals beat the Chargers. This is what the playoffs would be now. The Chiefs beat the Dolphins, and then Baltimore beats Jacksonville in Jacksonville. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So then that means Baltimore will have to beat Buffalo, and it'll either be KC and the Bengals. So you're saying Baltimore would beat Buffalo. That you see them making a run and beating Buffalo, because that's the next team. That's okay. That's okay.
Because they the lowest seeded team. The lowest seeded team, right?
Right. So they would end up playing Buffalo in the next round, and then KC and the Bengals, assuming they would win, they would play each other. The only way Baltimore is if Miami or the Chargers beat their teams, and then that team would play Buffalo, and then Baltimore would play either the Bengals or Kansas City, or they might host a game against the Chargers or the Dolphins. So I don't see all the lower seeds winning. I see maybe one lower seed winning, and I see Baltimore being the best, most likely. Yeah. And so in that case, if Baltimore wins, as long as KC and the Bengals win, then Baltimore would play in Buffalo for the, in the next round of the playoffs. That could make sense. So you don't have any faith in Jacksonville? They've been playing really well lately.
Oh.
No?
Oh, man.
No faith in them at all? Okay.
Nah.
So let's look at the other side. So right now, as it stands, Washington would play Minnesota. The Giants would play San Francisco. Dallas would play the Bucks. And then Philadelphia. So who do you see out of those bottom seeds, 5, 6, and 7? Who do you see making a run maybe to the NFC Championship? Dallas? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think so too.
Minnesota definitely gonna kill White.
Right. Yeah, I could see. I
first see Dallas going to Lincoln Financial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Y'all going back to Philly
in the next round. The only way we don't is if Washington and the Giants win, happen to win, then we won't go to Philly until the NFC Championship. We'll go to either the 49ers or to Minnesota. So do you think there's any chance that Tampa Bay upsets Dallas?
I doubt. Now, let me ask you something. Now, okay. What if Washington and the Giants get to play at home again, right? Y'all play at home the next round, right?
Right.
So Dallas.
What's that?
Dallas, right?
Who plays Dallas?
I'm saying Washington. If Washington wins, and then you would come to Dallas, right?
Who would come to Dallas? You're breaking up. Sorry.
No, I said if Washington or New York won, Dallas would
have a
home.
Right, they'd have a home game. Right. Yeah, that's correct.
The higher seeded or the lower seeded.
Right, the higher seed. Yeah, so Dallas would have a home game if Washington no. They'd have to both win. Washington and New York would have to both win.
They both. That means y'all play.
If they both win, we
play the Redskins
in Dallas. Yeah, right. Yeah, so if both teams won, it'll be an all NFC East next round.
Yeah,
because we would end up playing probably the Giants, and then Washington would play Philly, and it'd be all NFC East. I don't see the whole NFC East winning. I could see Washington upsetting Minnesota. I don't see the Giants upsetting the Niners. But if anybody upsets, I feel like Washington has a better shot at upsetting Vikings than the Giants.
Washington beats Minnesota, if we go play the Eagles, and then you guys will go to...
Yeah, we would go to the 49ers.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's how that would work. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah. And if all the higher seeds win, then it would be Tampa Bay going to Philly, and then Minnesota and the 49ers playing each other.
Yeah.
If all the high seeds win, which I don't anticipate that happening. So you don't think there's any chance the Bucs upset the Cowboys? Is what you're saying? Yeah. I hope not.
They
haven't looked good.
They have the ability to open up the run game, bro. Open up the run game.
Right.
Then you utilize all facets of your offense.
Right. Including Dak running the ball, for me. Right? I mean, including that, I think. So, I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know why my camera didn't work. Oh, there it is. We're back. Am I back?
Yeah, I see you, bro. Yeah, I got you.
Woo! I don't know what happened, but it took me a while. Sorry, I was trying to focus on coming back and everything. So, all right. So, yeah, that's kind of wraps it up. Are you going to mention any other scenarios, any other thing you want to mention before we kind of wrap it up? What are you thinking?
Ready for Saturday for Ohio State to get BTCU to upset Michigan.
Okay.
And Georgia go chip.
Okay, that's this weekend, right? Is that Saturday? When are those games? What time is those games? Are they
on Saturday at 4 and 8?
4 and 8. Oh, Eastern time. Okay, so 3 and 7
Eastern
for us.
Time.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I feel like Georgia's gonna win. I feel like TCU is gonna win. That's and then it'll be y'all on TCU, and TCU has a shot at beating y'all because it's a bad matchup for y'all. I think you want to play. Yeah, I think
Michigan.
You want to play Michigan. I think.
To be honest, yeah.
I think you match up with Michigan better. So I think it would be a tough. I'm not saying you would lose for sure to TCU, but I think it would be a bad matchup for you. I think TCU is a bad matchup for you guys, and I feel like Michigan will be a better, easier game for you guys. But yeah, that should be fun. Man, it's the end of the season. It's getting exciting game. Man, you want to mention anything about Thursday, or you want to just move on?
And the Cowboys gonna win by 7.
Cowboys by 7?
Yeah, man.
Okay. I like that score.
That win, man.
Yeah, we have to win. I think with them not having Tannehill, I think there's a good chance that we may blow them out. But, you know, all season we played down to our competition, you know. So I feel like if we can come out and play hard and say, hey, we got to win out and we got to take everything serious. These are playoff games, basically. And just treat these like playoff games. I feel like we can beat Tennessee fairly easily and then win, you know, go into our last game of the season. And then hopefully, you know, Philly slips up. And or, you know, if Minnesota loses another game, we could be, I was going to say we could be the 2nd seed, but no, I guess we couldn't because we'd have to win our division. So
you got to win the division.
We need Philly. Yeah, we need Philly to lose out, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I see that Philly could lose one of their last 2 games, but I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. So I think we're kind of locked in, but we don't want to go into the playoffs losing 2 games or losing our one of 2 games going into the playoffs.
Dallas got to win out, man.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, man. Man, it's an exciting time of the year. A lot going on. But, woo, let's do this.
Hey, Saturday. Let's go Saturday.
You want to go Saturday, regular show?
One before the new year, man.
Yeah, we'll go Saturday. We gotta go
out with a...
Yeah, we might have to go in early unless you want to do a late game, like 11 o'clock, 11:30. Do a New Year's game.
We can do it after the Georgia game. After the Georgia game, I'll be up anyway.
Yeah, but I think I work, so I won't be out till 11.
All right, so we can go 10 o'clock Saturday.
10 a.m.
10
a.m. Your time? Yeah.
Oh
wow, so it'd be 9 o'clock.
We can maybe
11.
even noon my time. Yeah, whatever.
Let's do 11 or noon. Yeah, we'll do a full show. Talk about all the sports. We'll talk about a little LeBron. Still doesn't look good. A lot of NBA going on. Getting full swing into the NBA, and talk a little more sports. Talk playoffs.
Nathaniel Hackett got fired. We definitely got to talk.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett got fired. Maybe they should have fired Russell Wilson.
And hey, Jake
yeah?
Montoya.
Put an APB out for Jake Montoya. Where is he at?
All right, bro.
He's hiding in the cave. He's hiding in the cave somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen Jake in 2 or 3 months.
Since like week 4.
Has anybody seen Jake Montoya? If you have, please check in with us. We gotta put the alarm out for Jake Montoya. Anybody has seen Jake Montoya, please check on him. We have not heard from him in a while, so we want to make sure he's okay. Please check on him for us, would you? Please.
All right, bro.
I'll see you later, Saturday. Man. All right, man.
All right. See you Saturday.
All right, man. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Comment, do all that kind of stuff. We appreciate the Twitch person over there. I'm hoping that's just a faithful follower of the show. If you are, just make a comment. Let us know. We appreciate you watching the show. At least, and it's either one Twitch person or just someone on Twitch always jumps on. Not sure which it is, but we appreciate you watching the show. We'll see you next time on The Bottom Line.